It's great to have you back on the program. Today, we will begin an analysis of a wide receiver who was not selected in the draft and belongs to the San Francisco 49ers. He has been drawing athletic comparisons to the iconic Randy Moss. Let's explore his profile in detail, offering an in-depth analysis as we move forward. Recently, a video was released presenting 5 reasons why the 49ers are poised to make an impact in the NFL this year, looking to bounce back after a disappointing season in which they finished with a record of 6 wins and 11 losses. We will discuss why San Francisco could be a strong Super Bowl contender and have a chance to return to the playoffs. After the draft, the 49ers signed wide receiver Isaiah Neyor as an undrafted free agent, an intriguing athlete who has had a unique journey so far and is currently fighting for a spot on the team's 90-man roster. After the rookie minicamp, he stood out in Santa Clara. During his high school career, he was considered a 3-star recruit and began his college career as a wide receiver at Wyoming, the same school that produced Josh Allen. He then transferred to Texas, where he stayed for only 1 year and played in just 1 game. During the spring game, he made a positive impression by catching a long touchdown pass from Quinn Ewers, but he quickly faded in Austin. He later moved to Nebraska, where he played under Matt Rule. In terms of his measurements, he stands at 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighs between 218 and 220 pounds. With an impressive wingspan of nearly 35 inches, he shows excellent catching radius, although he doesn't always play to his size. However, with his frame, he displays good agility. He posted a clean 4.0 second time in the NFL Combine, a rare feat for wide receivers during the event in Indianapolis. We'll analyze the group of wide receivers who managed that performance later on. Thus, Isaiah Neyor has proven to be an outstanding athlete based on his testing results. The 40-yard dash time at the NFL Combine is an unusual achievement for wide receivers, and we will address the group that reached that mark later. Isaiah Neyor stood out in terms of his athletic performance. He has excellent height, measuring 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 220 pounds, but at times, he seems to play with dimensions smaller than his own. With that height, a player should stand out in college football, especially while competing against cornerbacks who may not always be future NFL professionals or athletes capable of matching his speed and skills to contest contested passes. His impressive athletic ability is truly noteworthy, and the fact that Isaiah hasn't been able to produce significant numbers throughout his college career, which spanned 3 different institutions, raises concerns. This highlights a red flag when analyzing a player with such promising athletic potential who ultimately went undrafted. A respected NFL analyst, recognized as one of the best in the field, had predicted that Isaiah Neyor would be selected in the 5th round. Much of the evaluation depends on subjectivity. Different analysts may have varying opinions about an athlete's potential. General managers, scouts, and team executives have unique perspectives, which complicates the analysis even further. It's also important to mention that during the pre-draft process, Neyor had conversations with the 49ers, which shows their ongoing interest in him. I have seen several opinions about his undrafted status, with suggestions that he may not have been considered good enough. While it's true that some players with similar stories failed to stand out, considering an athlete who stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighs 220 pounds, has the ability to jump and catch passes effectively, and can outmaneuver defenders, there's incredible potential for greatness if he can channel all that talent. Think of Brock Purdy, who was the last pick in the NFL draft, or Tom Brady, who was selected in the 6th round. Consider also Terrell Owens, an exceptional wide receiver who often faced skepticism before the draft. It is indeed possible to develop an athlete's skills. If he can bring all the elements together, he can transform into an exceptional player. The last player to be selected in the league's draft was a quarterback who left everyone surprised. It was in the 6th round that Tom Brady's name was called. Think of an athlete who often went unnoticed in evaluations before the draft. He represented a less recognized institution. While he was selected in the 3rd round, he ended up becoming a renowned professional athlete, deserving of being picked in the 1st round. Another player was selected in the 5th round. A linebacker entered the league as a free agent, undrafted. A defender was picked in the 7th round, and 2 other players were selected in the 5th round. We have observed that many undrafted free agents have gone on to have extremely successful careers in the league. Some of the most notable athletes in history were selected in the final rounds or emerged as free agents. In the end, it's about discovering these hidden gems. If you have a talent, where you were drafted doesn't matter. Furthermore, if an undrafted free agent develops into a good player, he represents an asset that is controlled at an affordable cost during the early years of his career. Returning to the notable performance of a player, he recorded an incredibly high athletic score on a scale of 0 to 10. During the pre-draft process, he measured 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighed 218 pounds, with a vertical leap of 38 inches and a broad jump that exceeded 11 feet. This demonstrates his explosiveness. He also clocked a 40-yard dash time of 4.4 seconds. His performance in the 20-yard dash was satisfactory, though not as remarkable in the 10-yard, shuttle, and 3-cone drills. With that 40-yard dash time, it may take some time before he hits his top speed. However, it's important to note his size. He exhibits a running style that covers a lot of ground with his long strides. Regarding his production, his college career is presented in a peculiar and intriguing manner. Coming out of high school, he was ranked as a 3-star recruit, which typically led him to a school that welcomed athletes of that caliber. In his first year, he played in 6 games, catching 8 passes for 248 yards, a relatively insignificant amount, right? This results in an average of 31 yards per reception. But in his second year in college, he had his best season in college football, securing 44 receptions for 878 yards, averaging 20 yards per reception and 12 touchdowns. This demonstrated his explosiveness, ability to stretch the field, and effectiveness in the red zone, with an average of 67.5 yards per game. His notable performance caught the attention of a renowned coach. He transferred to another institution, and in his first game there, he recorded a reception for 14 yards. In his final year, catching passes from a highly respected quarterback in the college scene, he registered 34 receptions for 455 yards, averaging 13.4 yards per reception, 5 touchdowns, and less than 38 yards per game. Thus, there were only 2 college seasons where he had double-digit receptions. Some good, some not so good, and many strange. Let's try to unravel what's strange. Here's the evaluation report on him during the pre-draft process. A prospect with height, weight, and speed who completed 5 years of college with only 2 seasons of double-digit receptions. He has nearly a 2-meter wingspan, which is evident in his receptions, but lacks the endurance and hand strength to finish plays in contested situations. His combination of size, speed, and separation skills is valuable, but his level of competence still needs to be developed, which could make him a candidate for practices. Even as a practice squad candidate, that's acceptable. There's a lot of potential to be worked with in this prospect. And for those who have been following, this has been a topic already discussed. He has a look that resembles a famous character, but plays in a more modest way. That's the description. With a wingspan almost 2 meters long and long arms, his size is impressive, but he plays as if he had a smaller frame, which isn't ideal. On Friday, however, his receiving ability was showcased in an impressive play during practice. Will it be a challenge for him to earn a spot on the team? Yes, but this could turn out to be an excellent acquisition for the team. Regarding comparisons with a great athlete of the past, here are the observations of an expert. During a rookie minicamp, he stood out as the most notable receiver, showing a build similar to that of the icon, with a slender physique and long limbs, moving impressively on the grass. What was observed at the athletic? Presence on the field, minicamp for rookies. These are perceptions from the minicamp. The most impressive receiver during this period was an undrafted rookie. He has a physical build that resembles legendary players, with a slender frame and long limbs. His impressive stride allows him to cover ground quickly, forcing defenders to keep up with him. He, along with several other rookie receivers, seemed to struggle to adapt to the pace set by the receiver coach during the first spring practice. Except for the defensive line, no other group works as hard as the receivers during practices. It is clear that this legendary player is among the greatest athletes in American football history and is recognized as one of the best receivers of all time. This athlete was part of the league from 1998 to 2012, including a notable stint with a team during his last season. He was named Offensive Rookie of the Year, received the Comeback Player of the Year award, and during his first year with a new team, was selected to the All-Pro First Team multiple times, made several Pro Bowls, and led the league in receiving touchdowns multiple times. He was also part of the All-Decade Team of the 2000s and the All-Time Team celebrating the NFL Centennial. His unique physicality stood out. But does this sound familiar? 6 feet 4 inches, long arms, powerful strides, and 217 pounds. Just look at the build of this legendary player. Although it was his last season in the league, his body type remained consistent. Long legs, long arms, and a slender silhouette are evident. So, when analyzing the rookie, the resemblance is striking. He reminds us of a player of that caliber. Therefore, there is hope that he can show his full potential. It would be great if he could unleash his football talent and become a fierce competitor. Regarding some of his performance metrics, a recent observation highlights that he recorded impressive stats at a major event. He completed a 40-yard dash in 4.4 seconds, weighing 218 pounds. Over the last 10 years, 323 receivers were selected in the draft. Here's the list of those who weighed more than 218 pounds and hit at least 4.4 seconds in the 40-yard dash. One player started his career strong, but later faced difficulties. Another is an athletic phenomenon, while others are also recognized for their athletic abilities. And how does this fit in? The best athletic indexes in college games from the previous year. One player ranked first with a score of 99.6. Another, a competent receiver, stood out in his team, and several others showed great potential. These are some of the top receivers from this draft class who were selected, many of them. Others who were not picked include the rookie mentioned, who clearly wasn't selected, but his athleticism is undeniable. It's essential to follow everything about the team daily throughout the year. The focus is on the team and the latest news coverage. If you want to acquire a player's jersey, whether for yourself or for someone special, there are options available. There are also partnerships to help you find what you need. Follow the available link and discover various jersey options, sizes, colors, and players, whether from the past or present, everything you need. If you're looking for something beyond a jersey, you can still use the same link and explore various items. I truly appreciate you watching, and I always value when you decide to spend some time here. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, veteran quarterback Russell Wilson has officially signed with the San Francisco 49ers. The former New York Giants and Seattle Seahawks star's unexpected agreement with one of the Giants' NFC rivals stunned fans, analysts, and players across the league. After a turbulent stint with the Denver Broncos and a short-lived tenure with the Giants, many speculated that Wilson's best days were behind him. But the 35-year-old quarterback, known for his poise, leadership, and clutch performances, appears to be on a mission to redefine his legacy. And he's doing it in bold fashion with one of the most competitive franchises in the NFL. The 49ers, fresh off another deep playoff run, had reportedly been exploring options to bolster their quarterback depth behind Brock Purdy. What few expected, however, was a pivot towards signing one of the most recognizable and experienced quarterbacks of the last decade. Wilson's arrival not only strengthens the team's QB room, but also adds a new layer of drama to an already intense NFC West rivalry. Social media exploded following the announcement, with many fans of both the 49ers and Giants expressing disbelief. Critics questioned the fit, pointing to Wilson's declining performance in recent seasons. Still, the 49ers organization seems confident that in their offensive system, led by head coach Kyle Shanahan, Wilson could rediscover the form that made him a Super Bowl champion and 9-time Pro Bowler. Russell Wilson's move to San Francisco is more than a transfer, it's a statement. The NFL veteran is betting on himself one more time, joining a team that has all the tools to compete for a championship. Whether this surprising alliance results in glory or disappointment remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the NFL will be watching. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.